Hi friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Factory UPSC. Today in this lecture we are going to discuss the third chapter, that means the continuation of this third chapter, and the name of the chapter which what I have already discussed is mineral and natural resources. And now we are going to discuss about the power resources. Okay, so it's our second part. Those who does not see the first part, go and watch the first part and watch the second part, so you can easily understand what I am discussing. Okay, so let's see the concepts which I are going to discuss in this chapter. And first of all, we are going to discuss about the power resources. Okay, so we all know that every industry and even for our existence also we need a power resource, isn't it? We can say that the ultimate power resource is what? It is none other than our sun. Okay, so here we are going to discuss about the power resources and its different types and how to conserve them. Okay, so let's see. So what is power resource? Power or the energy is necessary for any industry, agriculture, transport, communication, or in defense. Okay, all require this power resource. Power resource can be categorized into conventional resource and a non-conventional resource. Okay, so how many times we can classify the power resources? We can classify the power resources into conventional power resources and a non-conventional power resources. So let's see the conventional power resources. Oil, natural gas. Okay, so it's an important diagram what I have shown in you in this slide. So kindly note the concepts which are in this slide, so it will be very useful for you guys, because by adapting this slide we can find what are the resources and how to be managed in this concept. Okay, so in this slide we can see the conventional resources of energy and which are the conventional resources, which are its advantage and disadvantage, what I have detailedly depicted in this slide. So pause the video and note down this concept in this slide. Okay, those resources which have been common for use for the long time is called as conventional source of energy. So what is conventional source of energy? Those resources which can be used for the long time, it is came to be known as the conventional source of energy. Okay, firewood and the fossil fuels are the two main conventional sources of energy. So which are the two main conventional sources of energy? Firewood and fossil fuels are the two main conventional sources of energy. Okay, so the firewood, what we can see, we can detailedly see which are the examples, and we can see in great detail. Firewood, that we all know that it is widely used for cooking and heating. In India, more than 50% of the energy can be used by the villagers in the name of firewood. Okay, so what is fossil fuel? The remains of the plants and animals which were buried under the earth in the millions of ago were converted into the heat and pressure they were transformed into the form of fossil fuel. Okay, so the coal, petroleum, natural gas are the fossil fuel which are the main source of conventional source form of energy, and the fossil fuels are the limited quantities and the rate at which the growing the world population is consumed as far greater than the rate of formation. That means, as we know that our population as per the 2010 census is about 121 crore, that means 121 million, and it will be higher in when we came into the 2021 census. And there's a sad news that we all know that our energy source, that means our coal resources and petroleum resources are limiting, but our population is larging and we cannot satisfy the amount of these coal resource and the petroleum resource as our population. Okay, so let's see each and every petroleum products in great detail. Let's see what is coal. The most abundant fossil fuel is coal, and it is used as a domestic fuel in industries such as iron, steel, steam engines, and which generate electricity. Okay, so the electricity from the coal is called as thermal power. So what is thermal power? The electricity which is arrived from our coal is came to be known as thermal power. The giant ferns and swamps got buried under the layer for the earth in the millions of years, and they are converted into the coal. That means when we came to the prehistoric period, we can find that there occur so many earthquakes and the land is converted into the ocean. In such manner, our large portion of our earth got submerged under the earth, submerged under the soil, and due to the high pressure, that means the high pressure and the heat of the earth, earth, they are converted into coal. Okay, so it took about millions and millions of years ago. Okay, therefore they are referred to as buried sunshine. Okay, that means that how this coal, that means the coal that is buried in our earth for before the millions and millions of years ago, they were came to be known as buried sunshine. Okay, the producer of the world, that means the highest producer of coal in the world are China, USA, Germany, Russia, South Africa, France, etc. Okay, so when we came into the concept of India, we can find there is Raniganj, Jaria, Dhanbad, Bokaro in Jharkhand are the examples of the mines. That means we have already taken the coal. Okay, so let's see the petroleum. The petroleum is called as a black liquid. Okay, so the petroleum is came to be known as the black liquid, and it is found between the rock and it is drilled from the oil field. Okay, so it is found between the rock and it is drilled from oil fields. Okay, and it is found we can found in the coastal areas as well as the land area. That means this petroleum can be easily found in our coastal areas as well as in our land area. And the scent feature, that means the main feature of these are processed in the taken in the form of we can say that is crude oil. Okay, the first form of this coal is actually the crude oil, and it produces a variety of the producers such as diesel, petrol, kerosene, wax, plastics, lubricants, etc. are taken from this crude oil, and we can say it is commonly as petroleum products, or else we can say it is what it is coal. Okay, petroleum and its derivatives are called as black gold as they are very valuable. Okay, so the petroleum and its derivatives, that means it includes petrol, natural gas, we can say kerosene, diesel, all these composites together to form, they are called as black gold because it is very valuable. Okay, the producers in the world are Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, USA, Russia, Venezuela, Algeria are the countries which have the abundant producer of this petroleum. Okay, when we came into the concept of India, we can say that there is Bombay, that is Digboi in Bombay, Bombay High in Mumbai, and are the detailed deltas of the Krishna and Godavari rivers. So in India, which are the places that have the largest deposit of this petroleum? They are Digboi in Assam, Bombay High, Mumbai, and the deltas of the Krishna, Godavari are the examples of the places that have the large deposit of this petroleum. Okay, I hope it is very clear to you. Let's see the next concept, that is natural gas. Let's see what is natural gas. Natural gas is found with petroleum deposits, and it is released when the crude oil is brought into the surface. Okay, so how the natural gas is formed? Natural gas is found in the deposits and related to the crude oil. When it is brought into the surface, it got released out. Okay, it can be used as a domestic and industrial fuel. That means its natural gas is also used as domestic and industrial fuels. The producers in the world are Russia, Norway, UK, Netherlands, etc. Okay, so the producers of these natural gas in our world are Russia, Norway, UK, Netherlands, etc. When we came into the concept of India, we can say that there is Jaisalmer, Krishna Godavari Delta, Tripura are some of the areas of the Mumbai we can find this natural gas. Okay, so let's see why use of fossil fuels should be checked. That means why do we check the use of this fossil fuel? So let's look into that. The sharp increase in our consumption of the fossil fuel has led to the depletion of the alarming rate. That means a large amount of the use of this fossil fuel led to the depletion of these fossil fuels. Okay, the toxic pollutants released from the burning of these fuels can also cause concern. That means it leads to the producing of the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. It may lead to our global warming and even depletion to our ozone layer also. Okay, so let's see our next power resource, that is tidal power. How these tidal powers are generated, that we all know that it's a simple concept, and the rainwater of these rivers are stored out in the dam made up of the huge heights, and when this water fall from the heights through the pipes inside the dam, and it led to the rotation of the turbines and in the bottom of the dam, and which leads to the production of tidal energy or hydroelectricity. Okay, the water discharge after the generation of the electricity is mainly used for irrigation and other purposes also. 1/4 of our world's electricity is produced from hydropower. Okay, so the 1/4 of our world's electricity is mainly produced from our hydel producers. Okay, the producers in our world, that means top hydel production in our world are Paraguay, Norway, Brazil and China. Okay, when we came to the concept of India, we can find that there is Bakranangal, Indira, our Gandhi Sagar project, our Nagarjuna Sagar project, Damodar Valley projects are the examples of this some concept. Okay, so let's see why do we need, or why we use this non-conventional source of energy. Okay, what is the major concern behind the use of non-conventional source of energy? So let's look into that. Increasing in the use of the fossil fuel leading towards shortage. Okay, that means that we have already discussed that when we use this fossil fuel in a great detail, it leads to the depletion of these resources. Okay, it is estimated that the present rate of the consumption continues and the results of this fuel will get exhausted. Okay, we are using these fuels in the great detail, so when we use this in this forever, it will get exhausted and our future generation will not get any resources from them. Okay, also it will cause environmental pollution. Therefore, it is need to use, that means the need of using the conventional source of energy is, non-conventional source of energy is increasing. Okay, so the main specialty of this non-conventional source of energy, that means we can find that there is tidal energy, that we can find that there is a hydroelectric energy, solar energy. All these produce energy instead of producing pollution with them. Okay, so the need of producing this non-conventional source of energy is increasing now. Okay, the example of this non-conventional source, we can say that there is solar energy, wind and tidal energy. And let's see what is solar energy. Okay, solar energy trapped from the sun caused using the solar cells to produce electricity. Okay, and many of the cells are joined together to form the solar panel to generate electricity from them for produce by using heating purpose. Okay, that means the solar energy is used for heating purpose as well as our electricity generation. The technology of utilizing the solar energy benefits of the top tropical countries that are blessed with abundant source of sunshine. Okay, so the solar energy is mainly widely used in our tropical countries which have the abundant use of our sunlight. And the solar energy is also used in our solar heaters, solar cooker, solar dryers, and besides using for many commodities for the light and traffic signals in our roads also. We can find that in our India, almost 90% of our traffic and solar traffic signals and our what we can say, our public lights are using the solar cells for consumption of the energy. Okay, there is also nuclear energy, geothermal energy and other natural gas and tidal energy also is very useful for our non-conventional source of energy. We can look into that. So let's see the nuclear power. And the nuclear power means the nuclear power is obtained from the energy which is stored in the nuclei atoms, which is naturally occurring in radioactive elements such as uranium and thorium. Okay, they are produced highly in our USA and Europe. The uranium deposits are also found in the India in the areas such as Rajasthan and Jharkhand. The thorium is found in the large quantities in the monazite sands of Kerala. Okay, in the Kerala also we can find the thorium in our black soil which is found in the coastal areas of Kerala. And we can find that the nuclear power stations in the India are Kalpakam in Tamil Nadu, Tarapur in Maharashtra, Rana Pratap Sagar near Kota in Rajasthan, Narora in Uttar Pradesh and Kaiga in Karnataka. Okay, we can find there is a picture of a solar power plant. That means the solar reactor is storing this energy and from them hot water is converted into a turbine, and this steam creates the high pressure and which is transferred towards turbine which produces electricity, and the electricity is generated. Okay, it is a basic principle of our solar power plant, our nuclear power plant. There is also geothermal power plant which work mainly on this principle. And the heat energy obtained from the earth is called as geothermal energy, and the temperature in our interior of the earth gets rise steadily as we go deeper. Sometimes this heat energy may surface itself forms hot and forms hot springs. Okay, from these hot springs we are collecting them to transform it into energy. Okay, the heat energy can be used for generating power, and geothermal is a form of the hot springs that it is mainly used for cooking, heating, bathing, and several years. And USA has the world's largest geothermal power plant, which is followed by New Zealand, Iceland, Philippines, Central America, etc. And in India we can find that geothermal power plants are located in Manikarn in Himachal Pradesh and Puga Valley in Ladakh. Okay, so here we can find a picture of our geothermal power plant, and we can find that there are cracks, that means natural cracks are occur, and from this natural crack we can find that there is hot streams occur, and here we can find that there are two wells, and from that the water is collected, and this water is transferred towards the turbine to rotate it, and from that the electricity is generated. Okay, in this way the geothermal power plant the energy occurs. And we can find there is tidal energy, and the tidal energy the tidal energy is collected from our tides from our sea, and the tidal energy can be used for the harnessing the building dams and the narrow openings of the sea. Okay, it is mainly located on the harnessing of the dams and narrow openings in the sea, and during the high tides it is used for rotating the turbines, and thus the electricity is generated. Okay, so the highest producer of the tidal energy in the world are France, Gulf of Kutch in India are the examples of this tidal energy. And there is a picture which shows how this tidal energy occurs. And there is also we can find that there is a biogas which is used in our kitchen, and I think does not need to discuss that in great detail, because biogas is a simple concept. That means biodegradable parts of the vegetables, fish, meat, etc. are collected in our tank, and from them the methane gas is released, and this methane is directly used for cooking and our energy related purposes. And I think this is very clear to you regarding these energy resources and how these are occur and how it is useful for our humankind. And these are the things which we are going to discuss in this chapter, and I think it is very clear to you. If you found this video useful, please like it and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you.